and watch us. Good. I gotta keep up.
Now, Ozark, Paris, you're dealing with this. Clarksville, you're going to be feeling the repercussions of this as well. Everyone does, like I said, need to get to a central part of your house if you can. Take cover, get underneath something. This storm is on the strong side, and we do expect even more storms to be popping up overnight tonight. And like I said, you can see off to the north where Fayetteville and Benton County already do have a severe thunderstorm warning there themselves. Now, what we're expecting with this, we've already got that tornado warning. Well, it's not the only one we could see overnight tonight. Those storms going to keep going until the early evening hours or early morning hours tomorrow morning. So they've already begun, but we're expecting them to continue until 12, 1, 2 a.m. The tornadoes, that will be a factor. Those winds, we're going to have some very strong winds moving in, gusts 60+ miles an hour, and we all know those can do damage on their own. And some hail to go along with this, already seeing large hail in some areas just under an inch. Now that enhanced risk for severe weather, while it is staying south of I-40, we do have those severe thunderstorms that are popping up just to the north in Benton County as well. So as we track this, the storm is fast moving, even though that storm's going 30 miles an hour. So we will be watching it get out of here in the early morning hours. So it won't be affecting your weekend plans. That's the good news. But right now we are dealing with that potential for rotation. And as we take a look at what's called normalized rotation on the on Max Doppler, the good news is, oh, there we go. We've got another warning that's popping up right now. Let's see what that one's saying. Let's take a look. Yeah, this atmosphere, folks, it is very, very ripe. We are seeing storms. We've got a lot of lightning out there. And not only with that lightning, but those winds are starting to pick up, as well as that rotation on the radar. Now, this warning is set to expire just after 7 p.m. tonight, so we're looking at it going until about 7:15. Now, this thunderstorm was located near Whitaker Village, about 8 miles to the northeast of Ozark, and currently this severe thunderstorm that we're tracking, you can see that yellow box, it's moving about 45 miles an hour off to the northeast. So this is the area we're going to keep watching. It's the area we've been talking about, south of I-40, where all that moisture has been coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. And now we're seeing it as that cold front pushes in. We're seeing that atmosphere really start to get those stronger storms developing. Now, the rotation with this storm, as you can see, it would be right around in that Charleston area. Let's zoom in for you and take a look at exactly where this storm, yeah, you can see it's, as it pushes in, you can see that it's moving into an area where it is, they are going to be severe thunderstorm warned. But there's that hook that they were afraid of right down near Charleston. That's what's caused this storm to be warned, essentially, for that tornado warning. Now, we are looking at, like I said, this tornado capable, or this environment capable of producing a tornado, located 3 miles north of Branch, and that's going to keep moving to the northeast, about 35 miles an hour. Now, right now, it is just radar indicated, but we do have several severe thunderstorm warnings around the area. One of those up in northwest Arkansas. So most of the activity, the stronger activity, is going to be staying to the south of I-40, where they have had a lot of moisture. But in Benton and Washington counties, we are going to be dealing with some severe thunderstorms as well. But what we're most worried about right now is this tornado warning that is in Franklin County. As that keeps moving to the northeast at about 35 miles an hour, you will need to take your tornado precautions. I keep saying this. They are the those are the life-saving measures. Get downstairs if you're in a 2-story house. Get underneath something. Try to get to the center part of the house and take cover if you can. If you've got a helmet of some sort, now's the time to get it out, whether it's a baseball helmet or maybe a motorcycle helmet or a bike helmet. Now is the time to go ahead and have your tornado precautions in place and be taking those, as you can see, because we do have not only the tornado warning, but it's moving into a severe thunderstorm warning, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning for northwest Arkansas. Now, the stats on this storm right now, it's moving to the northeast. Let's take a look at it again. It's moving to the northeast about 35 miles an hour, and that's going to continue. We're going to have a lot of these little storms that are going to be popping up, and any one of them could end up turning severe. Right now, what we're looking at is a tornado warning for north central Logan County. This goes for about another 35 minutes until 7:15. Now, it's a severe thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado. It was located over Charleston. Now it's moving to the northwest. They do have radar indicated rotation, which means flying debris could be possible. So you do need to take your precautions. Take cover now. Move to a basement if you have one, and an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. We got another warning coming out right now. And folks, that is why it is so handy to have one of these weather radios, because you may not even realize that the storms are going on, and there is no missing that weather radio. When it lets you know that there is a storm happening, you most definitely will be alerted. And with this environment, it is going to be a long evening here in the Weather Center. Those storms still popping up, and that tornado warning, like I said, fortunately, it is not been confirmed to touch the ground. It is just radar indicated rotation at this point, but still a very strong environment that is working into. Now, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff is just getting in. He'll have the latest, but we are right now tracking a tornado warning that's going to be lasting until 7:15. It's moving off to the northeast, about 30 miles an hour. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings that are popping up around the area from Clarksville to northwest Arkansas, but we are expecting the stronger storms to stay in that enhanced region that I was talking about all night long, which is going to be mainly south of I-40. Now, you can see where this storm is. Cecil, you guys are about to get some you are currently getting some very strong thunderstorms. Right now, fortunately, it is just radar indicated rotation, and we don't have any storm reports to report yet. That's the good news. But like I said, this atmosphere, this environment, we're going to be very busy all night long tracking this storm. Now, the winds, like I said, associated with this are going to be the biggest threat besides that tornadic element that is possible. And hail, we could even be seeing some rather large hail, already seeing half-inch or half dollar size hail for some folks. Now, we do have a tornado watch just issued for Benton, Carroll, Crawford, Franklin, Madison, Sebastian, and Washington counties until 2 a.m. Now, that tornado watch also going to be over for eastern Oklahoma. We talked about that earlier on the newscast. But what we're concerned with right now is that tornado warning that is taking place over in Franklin County. Now, like I said, it's only currently radar indicated rotation, but the atmosphere does have a lot of energy to work with, and that storm is moving off to the northeast. Like I said, the good news is, though, right now, no damage to report, and we are seeing just the rotation on the radar, nothing on the ground yet.
Okay, Melissa, let's see if I'm mic'd up. Can you guys hear me? All right, walking in, thank you so much for covering these storms and appreciate everything. And yeah, it's been a crazy night. These storms really popping up across parts of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And man, the lightning show, I was watching it as that storm was developing and the River Valley and moving in. But this storm in particular that has a tornado warning just to the south of Cecil, when it was moving through Charleston, it was a little bit on the stronger side. So why don't we go ahead and we're going to take a detailed look at this storm that is located right now just to the south of Cecil and Franklin County. And Franklin County is the only county that's under a tornado warning at the moment. Earlier, there was a few other counties that were included, including parts of Logan, but they have removed that, and they're limiting the tornado warning area, as you saw an update on the screen right there. But Melissa's been talking how this has been a radar indicated tornado, nothing confirmed. However, earlier there was a little bit of a stronger circulation, and this is about 6:20 in the evening, and so this is what prompted the tornado warning and some very strong winds moving through the Peter Pender area. And as we mentioned on NWS chat, not as much activity now going on with this storm, but still ramping up. So if we take a wide view here and show you what's happening with these thunderstorms, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for southwest Benton County, and this is moving north. Now, that still includes northwest Washington County. However, that's going to expire here pretty soon, as we meaning they're going to crop out that warning. So, man, these storms formed fast. They developed quick, and as you can tell, a lot of lightning with these storms. Now, thankfully, the high tip is where you're going to get your potential circulation and rotation. So that's that storm right here. Let's go ahead and we'll zoom in and we'll pan, and then we're going to go ahead and zoom in on that storm. And the most dangerous portion of the storm is located just to the south of Cecil. So we'll zoom in here a little bit more, and I'll show you that as we got some streets on there that we can put on as well to let you know exactly where this is headed. But the tip of this storm, as Melissa has been mentioning, is where that circulation would be. So she's monitoring NWS chat. We've got weather bug cameras. We've got storm spotters as well out there. We're covering the storm. We've been gearing up for this for several days now. And now south of Ozark, you need to take your tornado precautions as this storm continues to track to the northeast. Now, it looks like the actual track. Why don't we go ahead and put this into motion, Melissa, if we can, and move it along here on Mega Doppler. So we're going to loop this storm on Mega Doppler. And again, we're going to take a look here at the motion of this. So this is a little bit longer of a radar loop, and you can see just how fast this storm develops. So as we move along in time, you're going to see it developing near Charleston, and notice how the actual track of this storm is to the northeast. So Ozark is going to be in the path of this storm. In fact, they might have just updated or given an update to the warning. So I'm going to have to limit that loop. That loop is a little bit too long in order to track the motion of these storms. But Melissa, why don't we go ahead on Weather 2, we'll get that set up, and we'll do a storm track on this so we know exactly where this is headed. And they're talking about this moving into a more favorable environment. So Ozark, take your tornado precautions immediately as the storm tracks to the northeast. So that's what we're watching. We've got definitely a very primed atmosphere, don't we, Melissa?
Absolutely, yeah. We've been talking about that instability that we have out there all day, those dew points that have gone from being in the teens back up to the 50s or 60s, so you feel the energy that's moved back in, really setting the stage for this storm outbreak that we could see tonight.
Yeah, that's what it said. And this isn't the end of it. This is just the beginning.
Yes,
yeah, just the beginning, because as Melissa said, we've got other thunderstorms that are popping up, and these storms will be moving into a very increased favorable environment for tornadoes. Now, if you're just joining us, there is a tornado watch, and there's also a new tornado watch that's been issued for parts of northwest Arkansas and basically all of western Arkansas and all of central Arkansas, and it goes until 2 a.m. So let's take a look here at this storm. Let's put a track on this. We're going to zoom in. There's our two there's our two warnings, a tornado warning until 7, a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15. And this storm, by the way, is tracking. It's not moving very quick, so you've got some time. 35 miles an hour, that's about an average speed for a storm, so you've got a little bit of time. Let me show you how much time you have in the Ozark area to take your tornado precautions as this storm tracks to the northeast. So this will take it over the next half hour. So here's some of the areas that are going to be impacted. So it looks like you've got about less than 10 minutes in Ozark. So get to a low level of your home, and also put as many windows, put as many walls in between you as possible. Get away from those windows. You want to get as far away from those windows as possible and cover yourself. We always like to spell out the acronym DUCK. Downstairs, under something, center of house, keep away from windows. We are, by the way, streaming on Facebook, Facebook Live. We're also on our app, so download the NWA Weather Authority app. You can get the latest warnings in your vicinity. And Whitaker Village is, this storm is just about right on top of you. So in the Ozark area, that's exactly where this circulation is going to be headed. So take your tornado precautions in that area in central Franklin County, and also Johnson County. There's a storm too, but it's not tornado warned. However, the leading edge of this storm is severe thunderstorm warned. So a lot of activity ongoing right now, especially in the River Valley. There are additional thunderstorms, by the way, that have popped up, but none of those are severe. And we do have that severe thunderstorm warning that's going until, like we talked about, until until about, let's see here, what's the time? Oh, they have expired that Washington County warning. It goes until, severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15 for Benton County. So just kind of getting my bearings here, watching these storms and severe thunderstorm warning moving through Gentry, Decatur. Let's take a look at some of the winds and see how strong these winds are. So about possibly 30, 40 miles an hour, up to 50. Doesn't look like it was quite as strong as before. There is a little bit of rotation on the leading edge of that, so we'll be watching that in the Decatur area. Here's, again, a look at western Benton County. So Lowell and Rogers and Springdale, you're seeing the lightning to the west, but you're not necessarily experiencing the brunt or the main part of the storm. We do have several weather bug cameras, by the way, and we're going to update you on those. We're going to take this camera and point it to the west in the Rogers area. And do we have any more reports, Melissa, coming in on NWS chat at all?
As you take a look at NWS chat right now, no, there are no damage reports, thank goodness. Just a lot of people talking about the wind out there, and like you said, 30, 40 mile an hour gusts. Plus, with that potential, we also are seeing some rather large hail, just under an inch, 3/4 of an inch size hail to go along with this. They did go ahead and expire the tornado warning for Franklin County. So we are in the...
That's the expiration date.
Okay.
That's the expiration of it. So yeah, that's the expiration. If you notice, we zip down here. We're going to bring up Megadoppler. You're going to see this disappear on the screen. So at the moment, the rotation has weakened. It's not as strong as it was. And this tornado warning has dropped. We do have other thunderstorms, and this will not be the last that you see of us tonight. We've got a lot of other activity moving in from the west. If you want to know the timing, this timing is going to be right around, I think, 11 o'clock to midnight and even after. I think it's going to come through right around midnight, 1 a.m., all the way until a little after 2 a.m. So, in fact, we can take a look at that here when we look at the latest, but we'll see when that warning drops off the screen here. I haven't seen it yet. It has on one of the radar sources, and it will here coming up on this source as well. So we'll just continue to see that. I do know they expired that tornado warning. Yes. So we got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect, and one of those is in northwestern Benton County until 7:15, and another one is in Johnson County until 7:15. I don't know why that's not going off of there, Melissa, but it should. Because if we go to Megadoppler here, and you'll see that radar source is off of there in terms of what they're seeing with the tornado warning. So good news, tornado warning has expired. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in the Johnson County area and northwestern Benton County. If we can bring up the Weather Center camera, we're continuing to monitor these storms. If there's another tornado warning, we'll let you know about it, but we want to return you back to programming. This is going to be a busy night, so make sure you have a severe weather safety plan. Follow us on social media, Facebook as well as Twitter, and we'll be back if severe weather warrants. So keep it here with your Weather Authority for the latest severe weather information.
Happy with you right now.
We saw that peach